$15 an hour and 4-day work weeks. I think we have to
not
have a
based
plan
on
B
productivity.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're going to have a problem there. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Business Newsroom. I am Neil Winterregg, and as always joined by Dr. Greg Winterregg, CEO of Matterhorn Business Development, dentist and author. Ding! So welcome back. I hope that you are ready to learn today, because Dad, I have something exciting for you.
Lay it on me.
You don't have to work anymore. No, I'm just kidding. You only have to work 4 days a week now. That's the new trend in business.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk to you about it because there's an article here in USA Today that says, here's where you can have a 4-day work week. Is this the next big thing?
Okay.
All right. Now, that's not too out there. We have many clients who work 4 days a week. And so this...
I actually have a story about this that I don't think you've ever heard.
I doubt that.
Well, let me just jump in with my story.
Okay.
Because I actually agree with this under one condition.
Under one condition, I agree.
So we were working 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday,
at your dental office?
At my dental office. And we took Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, which is pretty typical. Some dentists take Wednesday, some take Friday, but it's pretty typical. It was probably the summer of '92. And one of my staff, her girls were in softball, volleyball, all kinds of things, and she wanted to have Wednesday off, as well as Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so she could be more involved in the girls' activities.
Okay.
And so she came and she sat down, and this is actually her idea. This was not my idea. She goes, I would like to have Wednesday off, but I'm not going to put you in a position where I'm the only one with Wednesday off. So I think everybody should have Wednesday off. And I'm like, okay, great idea. How am I supposed to pay the bills?
Yeah.
She said, well, now here's what I figured out. We start at 8:30. We start at 8, we make up 30 minutes. We take an hour for lunch. If we only take 30 minutes, we make up another 30. And she figured out that if we worked Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we would only lose 4 hours in a week. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. I said, now, that's fine, and everybody's going to get paid. We can work 3 days. Everybody gets paid for 4, as long as we hit this minimum.
Right.
All right? If we do not hit this minimum, then everybody's going to get paid 1 day a week less. That costs everybody 4 days.
Yep.
So question.
Yep.
Did we ever go under that minimum?
No.
Never. The stats went up.
Yep.
So I don't know about this article. I have not read this article, but just to randomly say, oh, groovy, everybody's only working 4 days, without any production quota or consequence back to the owner, the numbers are going to go down.
And everybody that this article is based off of the CEO of a company called Killer Visual Strategies, which is like a digital company out of Seattle. Okay. And what they found was that basically by working 4 days a week, it gave everybody an extra day to recharge.
Now, are these 4 8-hour days, 4 10-hour days?
Hold on, you're getting ahead of myself here. Hold on. Taking my thunder. So what they found was that they could work better, right, in these 4 days. And a lot of people switched over to 10-hour weeks and still got their 40 hours.
10-hour days.
Yeah, 10-hour days. Switched over to a 10-hour day and then still got even more production done because they had the extra day off. And so it ended up balancing out. Now, what it also found was that basically everybody knowing that they had less time to work, worked harder to get the same stuff done.
See, I can go with that.
And this is like what we tell our doctors, chiropractors, et cetera, is they think that, okay, I make this amount of money working 4 days a week. If I open up a 5th day, I'll make an extra, like 25%. Right. They make the same amount because they're seeing the same amount of patients, just now there's an extra day. Right. So there's a scheduling benefit to that, right? And I think that for a small business, I think it's great. This goes on to say that they had an easier job filling positions, so recruitment and hiring was actually easier. They were able to give people more time off work to focus on other things. And a lot of workers would like to work 4 days a week. I thought that was pretty funny. Many workers prefer 4 days, really. But anyway. So this kind of ties in with the video that we just recently shot, which is that a huge majority, I think it was about 89% of US businesses are 20 employees or less. It's a small easy to control and move industry or business. I think that you can do that and make it work because you have 20 employees on the same page,
right,
working with each other.
It's not 2,000.
But as soon as you start trying to take a 4-day work week, and then saying that, like, you know, Google and Apple and everywhere in the United States has to be a 4-day work week, you just screwed everybody.
Yep.
Because we did another video previously that says 50% of employees are disengaged.
Right.
This means that 50% has to work even less than they already do.
Right.
Which means they're stoked about Friday because they're off. They're not worried about, oh man, I gotta get this done before I leave work today. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
But see, again, back to my point there is they don't care about production.
Correct.
So every one of my staff cared about production, and they were bonused and benefited on production.
And I think I think a 4-day work week is great.
Yeah.
So I think we should have a talk here at Matterhorn. 4 days, all good. Okay, great.
I'm going to cut back from 7 to 6.
Oh man, you couldn't get us to stop working. So the point is like people who are motivated by production. Yep. They don't care if they're working 4 days or 5 or whatever. I mean, we were joking off camera. I'd just get another job and I'd make more money on the side, you know?
Exactly.
But the point is that I think it's good for small business, but big corporations, and if, like, you know, these big companies start getting pressure to have a 4-day work week, I don't think it's going to work for them. I think that their productivity is going to drop by more than just, like, you know, a fifth. I think it's going to be much worse. I think it's going to have worse effects. Well,
and we also talked about in the previous video, I brought up how robots are being created to do work. Yeah. Something like that's mandated, if this comes down from the government, 4-day work week, I would invest in a robot company because the company's not going to shut down on Friday. Yeah. They'll just think about it. There'll be robot day.
We take 4-day work weeks, and let's say, okay, we're in Florida. So Florida says 4-day work week for everybody, right? Who's going to pick up your trash? Who's going to deliver gas to the gas stations? You know, it disrupts everything, and everybody will be sitting there complaining. Right.
But if this is, and again, this kind of goes back a little bit to the last video, do we have it government mandated, or is it actually something that's going to benefit the business and it's created by that entrepreneur?
As long as it's being done by the entrepreneur, you're fine.
As long as the staff are on board, mandated,
we're screwed.
Exactly. So I think it's a good thing as long as productivity is part of the formula.
Yeah, it has to be based off that. I mean, we had one client at one point, correct me if I'm wrong, he and his staff were working 12 days a month, I think it was. It was 4 days a week times 3 weeks, and there was a whole week where the whole office was shut down.
And they were paid for that.
And they were paid for that because their collections and bonus and everything was right on target. And if they didn't meet those numbers, they had to come in, right? And lo and behold, everybody wanted that extra week off.
They always made the number.
So they always made the numbers. So as long as it's being done by you to increase morale and productivity in your office, you're going to be okay. As soon as the government starts coming in and saying it's a mandated thing, you're in trouble. We're going to $15 an hour and 4-day work weeks. I think we have to
not
have a
based
plan
on productivity.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're going to have a problem there. So, anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Well, that is all we have for today's newsroom. We'll see you next week. Be sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave some comments down below, and we'll see you next week.